So good morning to one and all. I am Dr. Sachin Misar, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Janta Mahavidyalaya Chandrapur. First of all, I welcome to all in this new session of semester third of M.Sc Zoology. So, dear student, before start of the topic, it is important to know about the syllabus. So, as we knows that in last year you have the 4 paper, and in each paper the 4 units are there. Now each unit have the 4 topic. So this year I am going to take your special group aquaculture 1, that is the paper freshwater aquaculture. One by one I am going to explain you the details about the topic. So you are in unit 1, the first topic is the aquaculture, in which they ask about the definition, importance and the present status of aquaculture in India. Now in definition, first of all, our title of our paper is the freshwater aquaculture or the special group aquaculture. Before that, I explain what is meant by aquaculture, or when we are going to say about the aquaculture. The word aquaculture is made up of the 2 terms. One is the aqua and another is the culture. Aqua means water and culture means to cultivate. Means the aquaculture means it is the culture of economically important aquatic species, whether it is plant species or the animal species. But most of them, they are focused on the animal species such as the mollusk, then fishes, shrimps. These are the example which we are going to cultivate in the freshwater. Now this is about the definition of aquaculture. What is its importance? For what purpose we start the practice of the aquaculture? And what is the present status of aquaculture in India? Presently, where these practices is going on, where the research center is in India. So details about all production of the species, export strategies about the aquatic species. So all these points which cover in the present status of aquaculture in India. Now second topic is the physico-chemical condition of the pond water. In physico-chemical condition, here the physical parameter as well as the chemical parameter of pond they ask. Now in physical parameter, the temperature, turbidity, then light, all these factors are nothing but the physical factor. While in case of the chemical factor means the DO means dissolved oxygen, then CO2, then pH, nitrate, sulfate, phosphate. All these points are nothing but the chemical or the alkalinity also. And remaining again some parameters are there. So all these parameters are nothing but the chemical parameter. And this parameter it is important to know about this parameter when we are going to construct any fish farm or the aquatic species farm. Then whatever the species which is found in water, whether it is in fresh water, whether it is in riverine water or in the pond water, then particular pH of water, temperature of water, turbidity of water, all these factor is very much important. Means to adapt that species or to survive that species is survive in particular pH, particular temperature, particular depth or particular horizon. So all these factors are very much important, so that the detection of physico-chemical condition of pond water is also important. So combinedly physical parameter plus chemical parameter is called as the physico-chemical parameter. Then next topic is the biological condition. 1.3 topic is the biological condition. Here they ask about the aquatic vegetation and association of macro vegetation. Now aquatic vegetation and the macro vegetation, when we are going to visit any pond. So when we are going to observe toward the pond, then what we get there are some marginal plants. Some plants are the submerged plants, some plants are the floating plants, some are the macro plants. So all these plants are called as aquatic vegetations. If plants are present to the margin of the pond, they are called as a marginal plant. Some plants which is seen on the floating on the water, for example Ecornia, Pistia, these are called as the floating plant. Some plants which is present inside the water, they are called as a submerged plant. So all these plants which is present in the water and their role. So these plants are called as the biological condition of the pond water. The next topic is the planktons. The term plankton means free floating plant or organism. It is called as the planktons. The free floating plant it is called as the phytoplanktons, and free floating organism or the animal it is called as the zooplanktons. Then in that plankton, the role of this plankton is very much important in the fisheries because these planktons act as a food for the fishes. So their presence is very much important. So this role of this plankton is also important. So in syllabus, they ask about the seasonal distribution of the planktons, that is winter, rainy season, or in the monsoon or in the summer season. Whatever the population of plankton which is present in water, or which type, how they are distributed, whether it is in upper level or it is middle level or it is toward bottom. So it is called as the distribution of the plankton. Then diurnal movement of plankton means during the daytime and the night time. The movement of that plankton is seen, it is called as the diurnal movement. And what is its role in the fisheries? So fourth topic is the plankton, that is the seasonal distribution, diurnal movement and its role in the fisheries. Then unit 2, in which they cover the pond soil and the chemical condition. Now whenever we are going to construct any fish farm, so it is important to know about, first important point is the water source, and later on we discuss on the pond soil, then topography. So because pond soil is very much important, because which type of soil is there, whether it is silty soil, whether it is loamy soil, whether it is sandy soil. Because when we are going to construct the pond, so that in that pond the water holding capacity of that soil is very much important. So that detection of soil is very much important. Then certain parameters, chemical condition is also important, because the organisms or the fish or mollusk which survive in particular pH, also in particular temperature. So these physicochemical parameter is also important. To detect this physicochemical parameter, we perform that pond analysis, or soil analysis, as well as the water analysis, and this part is also covered in practical. Now next part is the unit 2, 2.2, that is the pond ecosystem, in which they ask about the trophic level, food chain and the food web in the pond. Which now after that, the next topic is the methods of productivity measurement, how the productivity is measured. So different experiment we are going to perform, the different experiment of the dark bottle, light bottle. Then also we perform the DO, CO2, all these parameters we perform in the productivity measurement. Then next topic 2.4, that is the planning and construction of the freshwater fish pond. So before construction of the fish pond, planning is very much important. Planning means whatever the site we selected for the construction of fish pond, how is the soil of that pond, whether it is the silty soil, loamy soil, sandy soil, how the water holding capacity of that soil, that is important. What is the source of the water, means whether it is water from the well or whether it is from the tube well, or natural water bodies are present, whether there the embankment is present or not. So all these points we consider, it is called as the planning of the freshwater fish farm. And the construction, during the construction, which type of pond we require? Means generally in aquaculture practices we require the nursery pond, then hatching pond, or it is called as a hatchery, then a rearing pond. After the fishes are grown up, then table size of fishes are separated into the another pond. Then for the brooders we keep the another pond. So all these ponds are very much important. Their design, their layout is very much important. So this part is very, every year the question asked on the planning and construction of the freshwater fish pond. So this topic is also very much important. Come to next topic, that is the unit third. The next topic in unit third is the 3.1, that is the biology of the culturable indigenous carp. Now, in biology of indigenous culture carp, they cover the particular indigenous fishes, major carp, or and also the minor carp. Indigenous fishes, that is katla, rohu. These are the fishes which covers in the biology of the culturable carp. However, in second, next to this topic, that is the biology of the exotic carp. That is the fishes such as the mirror carp, then called as the another Hyponyctis mollitrix. This species is the exotic carp. Then several another exotic examples of the exotic carps are there also. After that, the reproductive, they ask about the reproductive system and the breeding behavior in the Indian carps. For the continuous production or to running out these hatcheries whole year, so we use different methods we follows, that is the induced breeding by hypothesization. In such method, the for that it is important to know about the breeding behavior and the reproductive cycle of that fishes. So in this topic, reproductive system and the breeding behavior of Indian carp is given in your syllabus. Now after that, the fisheries of major riverine system in India. So the major riverine system, that is nothing but the fishes in the Ganges. How the fisheries are going on in Ganges, particularly in the Ganga River, Kaveri, Brahmaputra. Now some fishes are found in the cold water. So details about the Mahasir, for example, the Mahasir culture. So these fishes are found in the cold water, that is the Ganges plant, Gangetic plant. So all these details are given in the fisheries of major river system in India. Now last topic is the unit 4, now in which the 4 topics again given, the 4.1, that is a riverine collection of the fish seed. From the different river, the fish seeds are collected and the culture of that fish is occur. So this in this topic that part is covered, that is a riverine collection of fish seed. Now next to that, that is a fish breeding in wet and dry bun. Now how the fishes are cultured in wet bun as well as in the dry bun. And after that, next topic is the induced breeding by hypothesization. Now in induced breeding by hypothesization, this method, this is also very important question. If we take the example of the Chinese hatchery, then we select the brooders and we give the injections to the brooder, that is the Uvatide or the Uvapin. Now it is market easily available in market, but before that the pituitary extract are prepared and that injection of the pituitary extract are given to the fishes, and after that brooders are released into hatchery. The water conditioning gets started and the fishes are chases and they start the breeding. After that, the fish eggs are collected and they are circulated in the hatcheries. So this practice is called as the induced breeding by the hypothesization. Now next topic is called as the 1 minute. Now next topic is called as the hatching techniques and types of the hatcheries. Now in hatching techniques and type of hatcheries, some examples of the hatcheries are given. Also in practical part, every year our student also visit to government fish farm. There is the one of the Chinese circular hatchery. So practical part are we in practical part we cover that about the details about the Chinese hatchery, how the operation is going on, how much area in which this fish farm is, where it is situated, which type of fishes are growing there. So all these part are covering the hatching techniques and types of hatcheries. So this is detail about the syllabus of freshwater aquaculture. So in next topic or in next class, we cover one by one, we cover the topics from the unit 1. Thank you.